me, Miss Borek, and I am back. I'm back to guess what? Guess what I'm going to do? How'd you know? Just kidding, I know. I always read to you, so I'm back to read to you again. Did you see that? Woo! I'm back to read. Today I'm going to read an informational text. An informational text, also known as an informative text. And I'm giving you clues as to what an informational text is by saying it so very slow. Informational. What do you think that informational or informative texts give us? Yes! Facts and information. They teach us things. We can learn things. What do you guys think we might learn about today in this book? That's right! Volcanoes! Why would you think we might learn about... Oh, you're right. It's called Volcanoes. Not to mention we've also been talking about volcanoes. So, of course, we have a question that you should keep in mind as we are reading. So if you have not yet grabbed your paper and pencil, now is a good time to hit that pause button, grab paper, grab pencil, write this question down. Do not press play until you have this question. And the question is, what do you know about informational text? What do you know? As you can see, we're just going to brainstorm. We're just going to put out all the information that we know about informational text. Maybe you already have some things you can write down. Maybe you don't. If you don't, you're in luck because that's what I'm here for. I'm going to teach you a little bit about volcanoes and a little bit about informational text. So let's get started. Volcanoes, National Geographic Kids. Now, I'm going to teach you a little bit about informational text. All informative texts have a table of contents, and that's where they list all of the things in the book that you are going to learn about. So it's kind of like a list of chapters from a narrative book, but in an informative book, it's called a table of contents. It tells you what this book contains. So in this book, we have mountains of fire on page 4. We have hot rocks on page 6. Shaky plates. An island is born. Ooh, that sounds like a chapter I want to read or a topic. The ring of fire. Ooh, sounds dangerous. Meet a volcano. Or 3. The true story of Crater Lake. Volcanoes rock. Volcanic record breakers on page 26. Hot spots on page 28, exploding ending on page 30, and picture... Oh, this book has a glossary. Remember we used to talk about in guided reading about books that have glossaries most often. Sometimes narratives have them too, but most often if your book has a glossary, you are reading an informative or an informational text, and that book is written to give you facts and information. You can write that down here. Give facts and information. Have glossaries. Have table of contents. You can have 3 things written down already. You already know 3 things about informative text. And I haven't even began to read. I'm such a good teacher. Just kidding. It's because you're a great student. It's so weird recording myself. I never know where I am. Where am I? Oh, that's right. I'm here. I'm about to read Volcanoes to you. I'm actually going to start at chapter 1, but another thing that I'm going to tell you about informational text is you don't have to read them in order. There's no beginning, middle, and end to an informative text. You could start in the middle, in the end, in the beginning. You could read just one part and not the rest of it. That's what makes informative text special. You could just look for a part in the book that you need information on, like maybe if you wanted to know about how an island is born. You could turn to An Island is Born on page 10. And that could be the only part of this book that you read. Isn't that awesome? Much different than a narrative that tells a story. You cannot read the end before the beginning, or the beginning before the end, or the middle before the end, or the end before... No, narratives have to be read in order, but not informative text. That's pretty cool, right? Don't you think? I think so. Let's get started. We're going to turn to Mountains of Fire on page 4. Mountains of fire. Ash and steam pour out of the mountain. Hot, melted rock rises up inside the mountain. Suddenly, a spray of glowing hot ash shoots out. Do you see that here? shooting out from the top. It's an eruption! An eruption is when a volcano explodes, right? And it shoots out that lava, the ash, the smoke, the hot rocks. Yeah, remember that from our other book? More melted rock is forced out. It spills down the side of a volcano in a burning hot river. Anything that cannot move is burned or buried. What's covering all these things? What's burning them or burying? Oh, you're right. It's the lava, because inside magma, outside lava, cooled rock. Just like the people of Pompeii, if things don't get out of the way of this volcano, they're not going to make it. Remember we talked about how they got frozen by the hot lava that turned into rock? Yeah. So scary. Oh, look at this. Look, it's going to teach us a new word here. Eruption. Eruption. When magma reaches Earth's surface, some eruptions are explosive. Wow. That's awesome. Hey, there's a little joke right here. Do you mind if I tell it to you guys? Okay. What did the volcano eat for lunch? Ashed potatoes. Get it? Ashed potatoes. Not mashed, but ashed potatoes. I wouldn't want to eat those. Oof. Volcanoes must have really bad taste in food. That's disgusting. Let's turn to the next chapter. This next part of the book is called Hot Rocks. Hot Rocks. And there's a little part right here. Oh my goodness. Another thing. Oh, get your pencil. Another thing about informational text, guys, is you have to use the text features. You have to look at the pictures. You have to look at the words underneath. You have to look at the maps and the images and the diagrams and all of those things in there. They are so very important. The author of the book includes them to help you learn and help you better understand what you're reading. So make sure you look at all text features. They're very important. When magma comes out of the earth, it is called lava. Oh, somebody that I know already taught you that. Oh yeah, it was me. When it comes out, it's called lava, but inside it's called magma. You're right. The lava hardens, ash and rock pile up, and a volcano is born. What? What is this? A big old cloud. It's a cloud of ash. You're right. Oh, this is something we haven't talked about before. That hole in the mountain is called a vent. And that is where the volcano erupts and most of the lava spews from inside as magma to come out as lava, a vent. Remember that word. And here you can see the lava dripping down the mountain. Now this is a look at inside of the volcano. And this down here is what we call a magma chamber. That's where all the lava is stored or building up in the volcano, whatever you want to say. Inside magma, outside it goes up the vent. And once it's out, it's called lava, cooled rock. Hope you remember that. Deep beneath the earth's surface, it is hot. Hot enough to melt rock. When rock melts, it becomes a thick liquid we call magma. Sometimes it puddles together in a magma chamber. Sometimes it finds cracks through the earth. If magma travels through a crack in the earth, the place it comes out of is called a vent. Remember, I just showed you guys that vent. You should notice a vent in my video if you watched it today. A video of me, like old school me, like 20-year-old me, exploding a volcano with my old class. Yeah, you should watch it if you haven't. Tell me what you think. Oh, look, another word blast. Check it out. Magma, thick, liquid, melted rock that's inside the earth. They didn't write that. I want you to know that. Magma chamber, it's a space deep under the ground with melted rock. You guys are going to be creating your own volcano, and you will have a magma chamber as well. And you might use something like a water bottle or maybe like a bowl or a cup to hold in your magma, also known as probably vinegar. You'll have a magma chamber that holds that in, and then you'll pour something special down that vent hole, and they'll mix together down in your magma chamber, and all of a sudden, before you know it, your volcano will start to erupt. You probably won't have a cloud of ash. If you do, I will step aside and let you teach this class because all the years that I've been exploding volcanoes, I've never been able to figure out how to make an ash cloud. If you do, my job is now yours. But you will see the lava that starts to spew out of your volcano. And another thing, if you can do this, I'd be totes impressed. If you could make your lava then turn into rock or even like harden, hats off to you, brother or sister. Boys and girls, I am actually going to stop right here because I'm going to turn the page and show you that the next page is actually another topic in the book. So we're going to stop. We're only going to read about 2 topics, and I think that we have enough information to answer that question. What do you know about informational text? They give information, they have a table of contents, they have a glossary, they teach you things. You do not have to read them in order. Boom! Mind blown, you're a genius. And I think that you also learned lots about volcanoes today. Inside, magma, up through the vent. Outside, lava, cooled rock. Yes. Thank you guys for reading with me. I hope you really, really super duper enjoyed it. And I really, really hope that you learned something. I miss you guys so much. I love you even more. And I can't wait to see you like in person, face to face, like not through a computer screen or on YouTube or something, like face to face, like you're there, I'm here. We're like, hey, what's up? Can't wait. Thank you for coming. I miss you. Don't forget to answer this question on Class Dojo. And if I'm not your teacher, ask your teacher. And if you're just doing this because you think I'm so cool, just write it on a rando piece of paper. Bye guys. See you later.